Welcome to EMGM Sports. It's your boy Enzo. Today is the fight preview between Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. Both giants will be battling it out in Saudi Arabia for the undisputed crown. It will be the first time that a heavyweight champion will be crowned undisputed since Lennox Lewis. What a great fight this is gonna be. What a great fight. This is the fight preview with your boy Enzo. Well. It's fight week. This is it. It's fight week. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. Saturday night, 18th of May, in Saudi Arabia, in the desert, Tyson Fury will be taking on Oleksandr Usyk. What a great fight this is going to be. What a great fight. Both fighters undefeated, although Fury has that controversial draw that he had against Wilder in the first fight, which we all thought Tyson won comfortably, really. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, man. This is just my quick. I'm not gonna be too long about it. Quick fight preview, quick prediction as well at the end. Let's look at Tyson Fury. His last performance against Francis Ngannou wasn't great. We can all admit that wasn't great, but maybe because he took his eye off the ball, maybe he didn't take Francis Ngannou serious enough. Maybe he thought, okay, this guy is just an MMA fighter. What can he really bring to the table? But as we saw, he had some difficulties. He wasn't the usual Tyson Fury. He wasn't moving as fast. He wasn't really letting his jab go. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't using all the advantages that we've seen him use in his previous fights against Wilder, where he uses his size, where he's more aggressive. We didn't see any of that. He was knocked down in a second or third round, I believe. Correct me on that. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Some people even go as far as to argue that Francis Ngannou won that fight or deserved the draw. So, you know, Fury, you know, I've seen some of his pictures this week. I've seen his videos. He's looking great. He's in great shape. Probably the best shape I've ever seen him. So that should improve. That means it tells me something. It tells me that he's taking this fight very serious. And he has to, because he's taking on a phenomenal fight. He's taking on a generational talent. He's taking on a very special fighter in Oleksandr Usyk, who's also undefeated, who's a southpaw, and who's given all his opponents a puzzle that they just couldn't figure out. We've seen it in the AJ fights. He fought Oleksandr Usyk for AJ twice, and AJ just couldn't figure him out. He outclassed AJ in the first fight, and in the second fight, it was a bit close, but still, AJ couldn't really get close to him. AJ did have some success to the body, but apart from that, Oleksandr Usyk was too much for him. Too much ring IQ. Just outboxed AJ, really. AJ couldn't let his combinations go. And that's the mistake that Fury can't allow to happen. Fury, physically, you know, is similar height to AJ. I think Fury's 6'7", 6'8", AJ 6'6". So AJ wasn't able to use his height, his reach, all the advantages they had. AJ wasn't able to use that, but Fury can. Fury can, because we've seen Fury do it in the past. Fury's got the footwork that AJ doesn't have. Fury does use his size and impose himself on fighters, which AJ seems to have lost before his last two fights. Fury can do that. We've seen Fury in the Wilder fights. We've seen him do that. We've seen him put it on Wilder and go for it. If the Fury that fought Wilder in the second fight turns up, for me, he wins this fight comfortably. And I say that because Usyk is a smaller Fury. If you look at it, if we really look closely, Usyk is just a smaller version of Fury. Now Usyk is meeting the bigger version of himself, because one thing Usyk can't do in this fight is outsmart Tyson Fury, because I think in terms of boxing IQ, I think they're pretty much on the same level. They're pretty much on the same level. If we look at footwork, I probably give that to Oleksandr Usyk. He'll be the smaller guy, probably most lighter guy, so he'll be able to kind of move around a bit more better. But would that be enough? Would that be enough? The mistake Fury can't make is let Usyk win a couple of rounds. That you can't do. You can't allow that. You can't let Tyson Fury win. I mean, sorry, you can't let Oleksandr Usyk beat 4 or 5 rounds up. Then you're starting to chase him, and that's when you're gonna make mistakes. Because if you look at Usyk's previous fights, that's what he does. He'll be 5, 6 rounds up, and then by the time you're trying to chase him, he'll break you down. Because when you start chasing him, you lose your discipline. All of a sudden, your game plan is out the window, and that's when he can pick you apart. It's already hard enough trying to beat him if you're 2 rounds up on him. If you're 5, 6 rounds down, it becomes an impossible task. It becomes an impossible task. Usyk, great amateur pedigree. I think he's had well over 300 amateur fights. He's experienced. He's been there, done that. He cleaned out the cruiserweight division. Absolutely cleaned it out. There's no one else left. He had to move up to heavyweight to challenge himself. We did see some vulnerabilities with Usyk on the Derek Chisora fight, but maybe that was his first fight. Maybe his first fight in the heavyweight division was just testing himself, trying to see how it goes. You know, Derek Chisora was able to kind of impose himself on Usyk, bully him about for the first 5 rounds. But after that, Usyk figured him out and took him apart down the stretch. Usyk against AJ, we saw what happened. He outclassed AJ in the first fight. So Usyk, you know, he's got the pedigree. He's got all the tools to win this fight, to be crowned. He's a special fight. I'm not taking anything away from Usyk. I just believe that if Tyson Fury turns up, uses boxing IQ movement, imposes himself, uses that size, leans on Usyk. That's one thing we haven't seen the heavyweight boxers do to Usyk. They've got size on him, but no one's been able to get close enough to him to actually get him on the ropes, lean on him, you know, drop them bombs on him, uppercuts, make it be dirty. You can't have a clean fight against Oleksandr Usyk. That's not what you're there for. You're trying to have a clean fight, clean, you know, tactical matchup against this master tactician. You're going to lose. And I don't think Fury should go take that route of trying to outbox and try and be cute with Oleksandr Usyk. He could find himself 5, 6 rounds down. Usyk has to do, Tyson Fury has to do what he done against Wilder in the second fight, where he was aggressive. You know, he used the head movement. He used the feint, jab, come in, backhand. You know, get in tight, get in close, make it dirty, lean on him. Make it dirty as possible. Make it a brutal fight. You know? And Tyson Fury can't do that. I believe Tyson Fury can't do that. I believe that fight against Francis Ngannou, it came as a bit of a shock to him because he wasn't expecting Francis Ngannou to perhaps perform the way he did. We saw Francis Ngannou in his next fight when he fought AJ, where AJ already had the blueprint on how to beat Francis Ngannou because he watched him against Tyson Fury. And AJ knocked him out clean. So it shows the levels. It shows the levels where Francis Ngannou was. So Tyson Fury, he just had an off night. That's what I believe. But he cannot afford an off night against Oleksandr Usyk. Because believe me, Oleksandr Usyk is no Francis Ngannou. He'll pick him apart and perhaps even probably stop him around the 9th, 10th round if Fury is not careful. But if the real Fury turns up, what I believe is Fury stops Oleksandr Usyk between the 9th to the 10th round. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to have to be a very well-calculated aggression. You know, Fury can't just go and chase him because I've watched the interview with Tony Bellew and he fought Oleksandr Usyk. He was knocked out by Oleksandr Usyk. And one thing Tony Bellew said was that the punch that actually knocked him down wasn't as hard. I mean, Bellew said that he's been hit with harder shots. But what Bellew did say is, at that moment, he was exhausted. He had nothing left because throughout the whole fight, Oleksandr Usyk kept setting up traps. He made Tony Bellew work so hard, not just physically, but up here, mentally. Mentally is making you work so hard. You know, if you're someone that's never had a boxing fight or you've never sparred, you know, you won't really understand what emotional, mental exhaustion is. You know, when you're facing another opponent, they're setting traps, you know, they're puzzle, you're trying to figure them out. You're not just working with your feet. You're not just working with your leg movement. Your brain's actually working as well. And that could be draining. You know? So that's what happened to Bellew. He was so mentally drained by the time Usyk landed that left, he was light out. He had nothing left. He was exhausted. You can go back and watch that interview with Tony Bellew. He explains it quite clearly. And that's something that Tyson Fury can't do. He can't make the same mistake other boxers have made in the past of trying to chase Oleksandr Usyk and then being taken apart, getting picked up, getting picked off by the jab and movement and everything like that. But one thing that we have seen from Oleksandr Usyk, where he's vulnerable to the body. We saw against AJ, I think around about round 8, AJ hit him to the body and it looked quite uncomfortable, Oleksandr Usyk. It's just that AJ at that moment didn't really have the energy, the stamina to keep going after Usyk. So he didn't take advantage of that moment. We also saw Usyk against Daniel Dubois, where he got hit to the body. Well, he claims it was below the belt. Some people were saying it was right on the button. We don't know. Well, but Usyk was on his back. He was on his back. He looked to be uncomfortable, but then he recovered, came back and stopped Daniel Dubois. So he has got a dog in him. He has got a fight in him if he needs to. That's one area that Tyson Fury can target. It's Oleksandr Usyk's body. Because what happens with Oleksandr Usyk, he's got such great head movement, such great foot movement that trying to chase the head, trying to pin his head, trying to just land on that head, it ain't easy. It's hard. It's hard. How many times has Oleksandr Usyk been caught clean? I haven't really seen it yet. Not to the head. Body is being hit and it looks uncomfortable. But to the head, a clean punch to the face, to the jaw, I ain't seen it yet. I'm yet to see it. But if anyone can do it, it's your boy Tyson Fury. What a great opportunity to bring all those belts back to the UK. Who knows? Fury wins. We might see AJ Fury later down the line. But I do believe there is a rematch close with Oleksandr Usyk. And the loser of this fight will most likely activate. They will most likely, I bet you, they will activate that rematch clause. So there's going to be a second fight. So AJ Fury or AJ Usyk might happen 2025, maybe, around about the July time. That's if AJ keeps on winning as well. So what a great fight in the desert on Saturday evening. Oleksandr Usyk taking on Tyson Fury for the undisputed heavyweight crown. It's not been done since Lennox Lewis done it. It's not been done. So these two fighters, these phenomenal special fighters, have the opportunity, have the chance to make history. I think on the night it's gonna come down to who wants it the most. Because if you look at skill-wise, they're equally matched. Record-wise, they're both unbeaten. Amateur pedigree, they both got great amateur career, great amateur records. They're both great fighters. It's just gonna come down to who really, really wants it and who can last the longest, who can hold their composure, stay disciplined, implement their game plan, and impose themselves on the other fighter. That's what's gonna come down to. If Tyson Fury can impose his size, reach, strength, and really go after Usyk, bully him, lean on him on the ropes, and give him those uppercuts, dirty little punches when the ref is not looking. If Fury can make it into a dog fight, if Fury can implement the same game plan he implemented against Wilder in their second fight, Fury stops the little guy. Fury stops him. But if Fury goes out there, tries to play smart, tries to have a chess match with Usyk, could be a long night. He could find himself 7 rounds down. Then he's chasing Usyk, and Usyk might catch him slipping and drop Fury and hurt Fury in the 9th round or something like that. I could see that happen. I can see that happening. But listen, guys, let me know your predictions down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who do you think wins this fight? Oleksandr Usyk, the former cruiserweight, or the Gypsy King Tyson Fury? My prediction is Fury stops Usyk in the 9th or 10th round. What's your prediction? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know what you think of this fight. I really want to know who you think is going to win this fight, because I know, everyone's split on it. It is tough, but I don't want to sit on the fence. I don't want to sit on the fence. I love it. I love this boxing game. I don't want to sit on the fence. I know. I just want to go for it. I'm going for Tyson Fury, and I think he's going to win it. And also, I want all the belts to come back to the UK, because then that's going to open up so much other avenues. There's so many up and coming heavyweights, and I just want to see so many great matchups. If Tyson Fury wins, I can see him and AJ battling out at Wembley, and that would be great for British boxing. So let me know down below in the comments. Let me know what you think, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and also share the video with your family and friends. You know, help us get to 200, 500 subscribers. We just started at the channel, so you know, I really appreciate, you know, you watching the videos, you know, commenting, liking, sharing, and everything. You know, I really appreciate that. And by you know, liking the video, posting, that will encourage me, you know, that gives me great encouragement to keep on bringing you great content. So once again, this was the fight preview between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. Yeah, thank you very much for watching EMGM Sports. It's your boy Enzo. Until next time, peace.